The ID Buzz is back and on the channel. We had it originally when it launched in Copenhagen a couple of years ago now, but it was kind of on the expensive side. But I wanted to get it back on the channel because the price has been readjusted. Starting off now just above 51,000 euros after all the grants. That's on the road, delivered, all the way up 4 trims here in Ireland, up to the max version, which we have here at just under 58,000 euros. I think it should be back on your shopping list if you're looking for practicality, you're looking for something so iconic. We're going to have a reminder, look around the inside and the outside, and then also take it out for a drive, talk about the efficiency. But I've lived with it for the week. I've done some long journeys on it as well. So let's get stuck into it with the Volkswagen ID Buzz. Here, I'm not sure there's a more iconic electric vehicle on the market. The Fiat 500e, but that kind of looked very similar to the combustion engine version, whereas this is totally unique. And probably one of the reasons I started doing electric vehicle reviews was because of that Johnny Smith fully charged review that he did out in California. Anyway, we are talking large windscreen at the front, and we have left and right wipers that come up, so it doesn't make a difference what market you buy it in. They're probably the largest Volkswagen badge on any Volkswagen. We've got that light bar, and then you've got these IQ lights you can see here on the top level trim. Very small bonnet. Let me see if I can open it up. Not much going on in there. It's on the other side, of course it's on the other side. Because obviously it came in right and left-hand drive. So here, and you can see the way it works is it falls out from the top, so that's where you'd actually get access to the window wiper. Double latch, clicks in, then down underneath this one, apologies for the bug splatter, got this kind of lattice work, small bit of air curtaining going on, and you've got your adaptive cruise control. At the bottom sensor, you've got your your parking camera sensors as well, and then up here you have, instead of it being at the top of the windscreen, you have it at the bottom of the windscreen. Again, more sensors down there as well. Yeah, this comes in 7 different colors. Sometimes comes in 2-tone as well, but not available in the Irish market. They're all solid colors at the moment. Black and white, a green, a navy, a silver, and a blue. 3 different wheel types, sizes, 19s, 20s and 21s. We're on the 21s today. At the front we're at 235, 45, 21, and it's a rear wheel drive, so we're going to have a different wheel at the back. You've got that lovely A-pillar window there just for more visibility. Gloss black with matte black with indicator built in, large VW, and then the actual blind spot is a little sensor light on the inside of it there. Tinted windows in the back, and you've got that air vent styling down along the side. This is the top level trim, as I mentioned, so you will be getting power doors. You can turn that off from the inside. You can also open it from the inside. A front passenger up in underneath there at the very middle section. I'll show you once it's in there, but also on the pillar here there's a button. But we'll talk about the back section in a minute. There are lovely Easter eggs around the place. And then to close it, just press the button. And that window doesn't open on this version. There is a long wheelbase version with a 3rd row, 7 seats that's coming, and there's also a GTX version, which is the all-wheel drive designation. Charging, then we have rear right-hand side, the driver's side here in Ireland, AC up to 11 kilowatt and DC up to 175. The plug and charge capability, we've been told that there's vehicle to load coming at some stage. And at the rear you have your gloss black aerial. You've got those, they're literally just style bits. You've got the IQ lights on this top level trim as well. You've got your high level brake lamp, a window wiper. You've got that coast to coast light bar. In some markets this comes in a low trim with grey bumpers. You can also get it in a cargo version. It's coming to the channel in a couple of weeks. Beautiful. ID large Volkswagen badge again, ID Buzz, and power tail lift. Somewhere. And now when I say a massive boot, I mean absolutely huge. Absolutely enormous. This probably could have been a 3-row. And so boot wise, you're 1,121 litres up to the top of the seats. And then if you drop those middle row seats down, it's 2,205. There's a 60-40 split and they roll. This one has tow hitch and it can tow up to 1,000. You can see it popping out here. And then if I want to put it away, I'll just drop that back down again. And then there's a knack. Yes. You've got some hooks. You've got 12 volt. You've got more Easter eggs going on here. And again, it looks like there was space for seats at the back here. You've got this handy pockets and bits of storage down in underneath. And you've got this large parcel shelf cover if you want to cover up what's in the rear of it here. But yeah, absolutely huge boot. If you're looking for practicality, looking for space, and there's going to be a long wheelbase version of this as well. More little Easter eggs around the place, and there's Easter eggs somewhere. Oh yeah, up here on the bottom of the window, you can see the little umbrella. So power tail lift, down we go. What do you think? I think this is probably my least favorite color, the solid white. I saw it in navy blue, one of the dealerships here in Ireland at Western Motors. It was a courtesy vehicle. So length overall, it's 4,712 millimeters with nearly a 3 meter wheelbase. Height is 1.9 meters, and then the width is nearly 2 meters. So it's nearly square face on. You can see her there. But yeah. Drag coefficient of 0.29. Range, WLTP, they're saying between 400 and 425 depending on what trim you go for. And it's a 77 kilowatt hour battery. That loading height in the rear is 600 millimeters, if you're wondering. So let's jump into the back. Those power doors is lovely. And so you can see the sliding brackets in underneath. So 60/40. Yeah, if there was ever a car that I didn't need to worry about. So legs in underneath, no problem. This one comes with the tray, little pocket for your... Now, when this came out first and I talked about it at the Copenhagen launch, these windows at the back don't open and there's no air on this version, but in the long wheelbase version they have figured that out. You've got your USB Type-Cs. I presume at some level there's going to be heated seats or windows of some sort. 2 ISOFIX in the middle row, and in the long wheelbase version you're going to get another 2, so you're going to have 4 ISOFIX in total, but they're here. And you can see that moves forward and back. 3 headrests, 3 3-point seat belts. You've got your grab handle then on the B-pillar, and then you've got that center console that moves around or can be taken out if you want it to be, and it's got different bits and pieces inside it. But in the rear, head height. Let me show you head height. I'm 6'2", 188 centimeters. So loads, absolutely loads. It was the lack of windows opening and the lack of air that bothered me the last time, but we do have power in the doors. Yeah, let's go into the front. And so to open it up, you can either go here or you can go here. Then on the door, you have a couple of different color trims. You've got this navy, you've got an orange, you've got a green, you've got a yellow, and you've got a black. I actually prefer this one because the seats are that kind of a bluey gray. These are the memory presets with fully adjustable, again on the upper level trim with lumbar support. You've got your bits and pieces down here in the bottom. Then again, you've got your window down. Sorry, your boot. Not your window down because it looks like a car. Your boot release so you can power tail lift, and then you've got those double buttons. There's no rear button in this because there are no rear windows, and you've got the adjuster for the side mirrors, etc. And again, another little Easter egg inside there, smiley face. Nice cushioned armrest up here. Volkswagen switchgear all around the place, as you'd expect. Over my right knee, you've got your lights, dash, you've got your on-off button here, but it's keyless entry, keyless start. This beautiful dash, gorgeous seating position. Head height in here, loads. Like, can you even see it? Absolutely massive. Now I can move that seat up if I want to go higher. I'm happy with the seating position. Then we have that instrument cluster, and they've improved that with the software. You can change what's in this third panel. You can actually see my long-term, what I'm getting. On this car, since long-term, since 3,500 kilometers, 21.4. And then since I've had it, just coming in under 21. And since we started here today, 6 kilometers, we've done 23.5. So when you know that it's a 77 kilowatt hour battery, you know it's going to be just tipping in between 350 and 400 kilometers range there. And then you've got your drive mode selectors. So you've got forward, 2-stage regenerative braking, you can go B mode. Parking is a little button at the end, and then reversing on this one just has the reversing camera. It doesn't have that 360 camera option currently in Ireland. Left hand side you have lights and wipers. You've got those haptic buttons on the steering wheel. Some people aren't a fan of it, but it's adaptive cruise control, speed limiter on the left hand side, voice recognition or voice assistant, changing the view, but also your volume up, your volume down, and that steering wheel is reach and rake. You've got this beautiful little wood effect on the dash, so it's really bright and airy inside here, it's lovely. Then you've got that large infotainment screen, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay wireless. It's Gen 1 Volkswagen technology, so down here doesn't light up, but it does have gesture control. You can see it clicking in there. You've got your parking menu, you've got your climate shortcut, you've got your driver assists, and then your drive modes, which are eco, comfort, sport, and individual. Aircon vents underneath. You've got your control for locking the doors or then opening and closing them, so you can do it from that, or you can also do it from the key as well. There's my podcast coming through, and then you've got your drinks holder that sits down there, which is nice. And then you've got 2 USB Type-Cs and a wireless charging pad down here. That's that central console that's here, and so you can click it out. You've got a bottle opener, which hasn't changed. Very Skoda actually, one of its sister companies. And then you also have your ice scraper, which is handy to have here, but that can be moved and removed altogether, move forward or back. They are dual captain seats, so you do have double armrests, even though you've got that. You can just click that button in underneath, that'll drop it down. You can see on the passenger side you've got another USB Type-C, large glove box, little shelf. Let's close that down, if it will allow me to. No, it will not allow me to. What is blocking the way? Got a rubberized bottom on it as well. And then in the head unit, you've got your SOS buttons, your lights, large visors with a light above it. Yeah, it's a lovely car to drive. Very nice. What other facts have we got that I haven't remembered as we were chatting around through it? The electric motor is 150 kilowatts, rear wheel drive, giving you 204 PS, roughly over 200 horsepower, 310 newton meters of torque. It's actually fine, but I'm interested in trying the GTX. It's got an 11.1 meter turning circle on right-hand drive, slightly smaller on left-hand drive. Has travel assist like swarm data, where Volkswagens are talking to other Volkswagens, park assist plus, where it'll help you park, memory function seats, and then car to X hazard in the vicinity, making sure that you've got the most up-to-date software, 0 to 110.2 seconds. And suspension is MacPherson in the with spring dampeners in the front and multi-link in the rear. Disc brakes on the front, as we know it all, the Volkswagen Group MEB platform with drum shoe brakes in the rear. And on the road, as I said, just for over 51,000 on the base level trim, and then up to the max trim, which we're in here today, is just under 58. So Life, Family, Tech and Max are the actual 4. That is the inside and the outside of the Volkswagen ID Buzz. Great to have it back on the channel. Great to have it again for the week, and it was a gorgeous week as well. Took a spin down to Rosslare, so got those fuel efficiencies on the motorway. And then we are going to go and take it out for a drive. Nevo Electric Vehicle Show is back in partnership with Bank of Ireland. The show's second instalment will take place in the RDS Simmons Court on the 10th of November 2024. Building on the sold-out success of the previous show, this will be Ireland's largest ever motor show. Experience all things e-mobility with over 30 manufacturer brands displaying over 80 electric vehicles, the latest in charging and energy solutions, engaging discussions with industry experts, exhilarating test drive experiences, and captivating live vehicle demonstrations. Visit nevo.ie today to learn more and register for your free ticket. With the Volkswagen Buzz upper level trim, when you put your foot in the brake, everything starts to engage. Your memory seat remembers the seat, remembers the position, and you don't have to press a button, or you walk up to it and there's an active, a welcome sequence into D, and then there's the B mode for the second stage regenerative braking. I like to have the second armrest down. I just prefer height-wise to the door into D mode. Yeah, it's lovely. The seating position is gorgeous. It's a real high up, and obviously it's Volkswagen ID Buzz cargo van. It comes from the van side of Volkswagen. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I drove a Caddy for nearly 500,000 kilometers. So the quality is there, but it's the practicality, the vertical seating position, the visibility, but also the space in the back. It's a smooth ride. There isn't one-stop braking in it, but there is automatic hold. Stellantis, are you listening? But I was told in one of my previous videos that the Fiat 500e does have automatic hold because it was developed before it became part of Stellantis, so it is a Stellantis vehicle with auto hold. I digress. We're here with the Volkswagen ID Buzz, and suspension is firm. It's a large vehicle. You've got that drag coefficient of 0.29, so yes, it is going to come in a slightly larger battery pack as well with that long wheelbase. It is fighting with the legacy of Volkswagen ID of old, with the haptic buttons on the steering wheel, with no lights on the infotainment screen. So there are a couple of legacy hangovers there, but as we can see with new iterations coming through, the likes of the ID7, which has lights at least, and we're going to go back to physical buttons in the likes of the ID2, etc., etc. But driving it is lovely. The seats are nice and comfortable. It would be nice if they were cooled as well, but I'm sure Volkswagen are going to be bringing these incremental improvements along as they progress. But it's such an iconic car on the road, and as I said when I was walking around the outside of it, it just puts a smile on everybody's face. And now with that new price point, jump into the comments and let me know whether you'd start considering it. I'm not saying it's super affordable, but it's definitely more affordable than it was. I think people looking for practicality, this should tick a lot of boxes. Brakes are good, and with that two-stage, I mean B mode there, which is their two-stage, so in urban environments I like to use it, just because it uses more regenerative braking when you're slowing down, and with the stop-start nature of urban driving, I always have it in B mode, and then on the motorway I have it in D mode, so that there's no resistance on that cruising power that I've built up to when I'm driving along on a straight motorway or national primary road. Visibility is decent, good sized door mirrors with that blind spot, which I'm always a fan of. Out the back is actually pretty decent as well. Now, if there was a center passenger in the second row, and I can only imagine with the third row, I'm not actually sure they're going to go with cameras for visibility. I haven't had access to one of those new long wheelbase 6- and 7-seater ID Buzzes yet, long wheelbase. Efficiency we've talked about already. Long term, this is getting 21.4 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometers. Had it floating around that 20.5 on the way down and up to Rosslare during the week for business. So I got a good spin on the motorway. Once I came out of Dunleary, I was on and straight down all the way pretty much to Rosslare, so between 100 and 120 kilometers an hour. Cruise control is good. It's got the adaptive cruise control as well, but it also has that lane changing assist. So all things that you'd expect from a modern vehicle, never mind an electric vehicle. Overall, I really like it. It's great to get back into it again. I'm really looking forward to trying out that GTX version, but also that long wheelbase 6- and 7-seater, because a lot of people are looking for that. And we have the likes of the Kia EV9, we have the Volvo EX90 coming down the track very soon as well. And so there is a market for that kind of stuff, and that long wheelbase 6- and 7-seater is definitely North American targeted. They want that, but they also want GTX, they want power, they want all-wheel drive. And so depending on the market, the fact that this can tow as well. So hopefully you've enjoyed my refresh look at the Volkswagen ID Buzz, now at that more affordable price point. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit the like button, jump into the comments and let me know what you think. And remember, if you think an EV is for you, leave it to me and I'll review. Thank you very much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, YouTuber is going to recommend another video on the screen at the end of this, and hopefully you'll enjoy that one too. Thanks very much for watching.